to the Clippers Halftime Report presented by Cadillac. Not exactly the game we expected, but the Clippers do have the lead by one, 52-51 at Golden State right now. A very low-scoring affair, Corey Maggette. Despite the fact we know that these Golden State Warriors like to give up a lot of points.
Well, early in the game, it seemed like it was very slow. Both teams were missing shots early on. I think it was like 3 for 12 from the field. It's almost like a playground game where it's up and down. And all of a sudden, the tempo started to change. I've got to give a lot of credit to what the Clippers did on the defensive end on Steph Curry. They sent out multiple defenders to make him take tough shots, but not only that, get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, he slipped in there late right before half, just to let us know that he was still in the building. Also in the building, Marcus Morris missed his first 8 games, but not his first 2 shots, where he clearly has had it going on the whole time behind the scenes.
You know what? I like this role for Marcus Morris coming off the bench because this is a starter type of player. You're going on the floor to play against second-string guys, second and third. And now Marcus Morris is taking advantage. This is a mismatch every single time he steps on the basketball court. I love his activity. I love the way he came in, and he was a very, very aggressive to score the basketball.
You know, and the guys have been telling us that he's been very vocal on the bench, and I think you could see it on the court as well. A lot of activity out there, a lot of directing traffic. It's like he didn't miss a beat. I don't think we can gloss over this.
No. I think that the part of it that when you have Marcus Morris coming off the bench, it's more leadership. You're thinking about, the young guys in Luke Kennard. You have Lou Williams on the basketball floor. You have some of the younger guys that's trying to figure out the system. So when you have a vocal leader in a Marcus Morris, it really helps out this second unit to build more continuity.
And getting the spark that Ty Lue needed tonight off the bench. Corey Maggette, thank you so much.
Yes.
Post-game, I know you're back.
I'm going to win this, Donnie Mac. I heard you talking trash, too. I'm going to win this.
We'll get back to that, too. Clippers weekly hit tonight. This guy can't stop working, and neither can Reggie Jackson tonight. Part of this bench that's just eating up Golden State. He has 6 on the night. We'll be right back. Clippers and Warriors, 2 games in 3 days. We are halftime of the first one. Your Clippers have the 1-point lead as we check out the halftime stats. Ty Lue is always keeping an eye on the turnovers and the points in the paint. Of course, the Clippers 13 total versus San Antonio last night. Definitely not a thumbs up. Keeping an eye on that one here. And how about the bench? Getting the spark off the bench. Seeing the work of Marcus Morris, who's returned to Luke Kennard, to Reggie Jackson. It's been a complete team effort. Clippers with a 1-point lead at the half.
It's a little skewed because they haven't had their entire roster, so you can really pinpoint those numbers. You can see these numbers that they have as far as opponent and second chance points. But tonight, I want to really see where these numbers are when it comes to having your full complementary team.
All right, the most interesting number to me on that board is the total points allowed by the Golden State Warriors. They're averaging over 121 points per game. That's what they're giving up. So we thought we would make that tonight's CarMax Call Your Shot. So, Corey Maggette. Now, Paul George is back.
I need this.
Okay, Paul George is back. We know Kawhi's out there. Second night of a back-to-back. Oh, by the way, Marcus Morris not going to be in the starting lineup, but he is back out there on the court. So does it happen tonight? Do they hit that 121-point mark?
You know what? Yes, I think they will. I mean, the way that Paul George, that previous game to have 39, and not even just Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I love what I see from Patrick Beverly.
I was going to say, can we get him in there?
You got to give Pat Beverly some love. They had six 3-point shots, and now you know what? Having Marcus Morris, that can't even ignite Mr. Lou Williams. Lou is only averaging about 10 points a game. He's usually a 20-point scorer. You might get more value from him. And even Nicholas Batum, really, he has been fantastic for the Clippers, not just from a defensive standpoint, but shooting the basketball. He's been his corner 3-point shooting has been amazing this season.
So what do you tell yourself as an athlete rolling in there when you realize you can put up a lot of offense at Golden State right now, that you have to remain committed to defense first?
Well, their offense is really ignited by their defense. I mean, you have two players on your team that really thrives by playing defense, and then you have the junkyard dog in Patrick Beverley. If you play defense and you move the basketball from one side of the floor to the other side, you would get wide open shots for this team.
All right, it's that simple. Commitment to defense and commitment to Paul George, who is back at work tonight.
Yes.
Second night of a back-to-back. Patrick Beverley, fresh off a 20-point performance, including 6 threes. Ready for some Clippers action tonight. But first up, Christina Pink and Coach Mike Fratello.
Well, Jeannie, thank you so much, Coach. Obviously a tough loss for the Clippers last night, but were there any positives you could take away from that outing?
Certainly, when you look back at the built-in excuse of no Paul George, it's easy to say, well, they lost a guy who just scored 39 points in the last game. But you can't use excuses in the NBA. All teams are missing players on each night. I look at what took place from the beginning of the game, down 9-0, down 19 at the half. A monster third quarter by Kawhi Leonard, doing everything besides making the mid-range shots, hitting threes, getting to the foul line, picking up charges. And then I don't know if I've ever seen Patrick Beverley play a better game overall for 48 minutes. Those two things combined got him back to within 1 point at the end of the third period. They fell behind by 12 to start the fourth quarter, but came back once again to challenge right at the end of the game. It took a great performance by San Antonio, making 20 out of 43s for them to win that game.
Well, certainly a tough one last night. Things don't get any easier when you're in the Bay Area facing these Golden State Warriors, and they have gotten a huge spark from Draymond Green after he missed the first 4 games of the season. What have you seen from his impact early on?
This is the new and improved Golden State Warrior team. It's a Golden State Warrior team that I think is going to be in the playoff picture at the end of this season. Draymond Green isn't bringing them 30 points every night. He gives them all the other things, the intangibles. They've gotten great play out of Steph Curry. Wiggins is playing the best basketball I've seen. Pascal leading the second unit all helped this team, and the growth and development of Wiseman at the center position. But Green gives them that voice, the voice of experience, that have been to all these NBA finals, that have won championships, not afraid to tell guys where to go at the defensive end of the floor. He moves the basketball for them. So you're getting a veteran guy, a presence that is not afraid to speak his mind and help these young players grow and develop. And suddenly, this is a very formidable Golden State team.
Well, yeah, and Draymond doing all the little things, as you mentioned, such a presence for this team. They try to keep Draymond and the rest of the Warriors, including Steph Curry, and that flamethrower he has on his arm at Bay tonight. Jeannie, back over to you.
KP, Mike, thank you so much. Yeah, the Warriors, 41 assists on a Monday night, and Draymond Green really kind of the engine, and not only that, creating space on the floor as well to let Steph Curry be, well, Steph Curry.
Well, to have Draymond Green as a different component to this team, and for Draymond Green, he allows his players to get going. And if you look at his stats this year, he's only averaging about 2 points, but his number is coming from the assist column. We know that he will get back to hitting a couple threes here and there, Jeannie, but he does a lot. He is the enforcer of this team. He can guard multiple places on the floor, not just the 1, 2, the 3, and the 4 and the 5. So when you have a guy that can do that and actually hold guys accountable on the floor, that's the value that he has for the Warriors.
Absolute game changer. We got a couple on our side tonight as well. Paul George is going to be back in the starting lineup after rolling the ankle a little bit on a Sunday night. Not in the starting lineup, but Marcus Morris is back tonight. So we'll start to see how that unfolds over the next couple of days. But what are you looking for from PG?
I just want PG just to go out there and play. He has been playing very relaxed on the basketball court. He's facilitating. He's taking his shots. He's getting in that mid-post area. And for him, it's not about pressing. It's about you just being Paul George on the basketball court.
And keeping an eye on the ankle as well. And what about Kawhi Leonard? Still the masked man tonight? Yes, he is.
Well, he's going to continue to do what he is capable to do on the floor. But for Kawhi Leonard, continue to be a facilitator. Continue to empower your team on the basketball court. Keep helping them get better. And a lot of that is for Patrick.